Hello again, 1/400 scale modelers. Today we have wave 4 of the military vehicles. And today we're going to start off with something called the Niemer Hafit 6x6. It's NIMR. I don't know if that's an acronym for a company or if the company is actually named Niemer. But the model of this vehicle is called the Hafit. So it's an APC, armored personnel carrier. Looks like they could have 8 people in the back and they can actually shoot out those windows from what I'm seeing. Alright. Let's move on. We're going to do around 20 vehicles. I think 21 vehicles today. This next one is also a Niemer, but this is called a JAIS, or JAIS N35, and it's an MRAP, multi-role armored personnel, or mine-resistant armored personnel. I don't know what that acronym really means, but it's a modern vehicle, and I know modern vehicles have to avoid mines, so maybe it's mine-resistant. No turret on this, but I'm pretty sure that's an option. I just didn't model a turret on it. I couldn't find proper reference material. Okay, next one here. It's called the Nurol, N-U-R-O-L, I think is the company name. And the model is the Edster Yalcin 4x4. So it's just like a Humvee-esque vehicle. 4 doors. Actually, maybe it looks like you can carry 4 people in the back, because there's 2 tiny windows in the back as well. So I guess maybe it's an APC of some sort. Alright, if you're curious, this is a US Penny with a classic Range Rover on it. I leave that up there for scale reference. So this guy here is a Nurol Edger 6x6. So I'm not sure if Edger is just a line of military vehicles, right? Nurol, and I'm not sure where Nurol is. It's N-U-R-O-L is the name of the company, I think. So this one's a little weird, because if you look at the tires, how far in they're from the back and the front, it looks like it would tip over or something really easily, like do an endo. But I'm sure that's for approach angles, to clear things, to climb over and off things better. Alright, the next one is also a new roll, but it's called the Edster Toma, and it's like a bulldozer / riot police vehicle, I think. So there's a water cannon, I think, on the top of this thing. And yeah, I think it's meant for riot control. Interesting one. Alright, another Nurol is coming up. It's called the Ilgaz 2. And I'm going to get this up here. There we go. So it's another like small APC kind of vehicle, but this one has a turret up top, probably for like a machine gun. And yeah, interesting. And Nurol again. This one is called the NMS YORUK, Y-O-R-U-K. And it looks like 4 doors again, but windows in the back, and then a turret up top again, probably for a machine gun or something. So they seem to make, this Nurol company makes smaller vehicles, although the 6x6s I guess would be considered larger. Okay, well that's it for the Nurols. So let's move back to, let's go to the US. We have an Oshkosh. This is called the MATV MRAP. So I think it might be like multi-purpose ATV and mine-resistant armored personnel, or armor protection maybe. Essentially, I guess it's trying to avoid mines. Someone leave a comment if you know, is this the replacement for the Humvee? The MATV? Maybe. I don't know. This one has a turning turret as well, but no machine gun. It's too thin to print out. I've been too lazy to put a sewing needle there. This is another Oshkosh. It's an Mark 23 MTVR pickup. So I guess this is actually in service with the US if it's called a Mark 23. So pretty big truck, it seems. Alright. Here's another one. This is called the Oshkosh M983 HEMTT tractor with the M870A1 trailer. So this is used to move tanks around, usually, I think, like M1 Abrams tanks and stuff like that. So it's a big one. You know, the tractor itself has 4 axles. So, alright, but there's a, well, anyways. And this one, the trailer does pivot a bit. The next one is called an Oshkosh Sandcat. So that's a very modern vehicle, I guess, but I'm not sure if it's been adopted by anyone. It's got a really funky front end, although I couldn't really paint the details. They're just too small. I guess you could look it up online. Okay, so the next brand of vehicles is called autocar, and I don't know what country autocar is. I forget. Sorry. This one has a turret, and it usually has a gun, but it's too thin to print. Again, so I have to leave off the actual barrels of guns many a time. Alright, let's move that out. And then another autocar. This is called the Cobra 4x4, and this is an APC, armored personnel carrier, but it seems to have like a little turret up top that probably has like a 50 cal or something, but again, I don't have the barrel there. Alright, we have a few panhards coming up. This one I think is, this is from the Cold War era. It's called the Panhard EBR 75mm from 1951. So this is an APC / IFV, I guess, because it actually has a turret with a barrel on it. What's interesting is it runs on these 4 tires, the black ones, but in the middle, those 2 round things are steel wheels that can come down to provide additional traction. Or maybe like if a tire gets shot out, it can lower the steel wheel, and obviously a steel wheel can't get shot out. So for efficiency, it probably runs around on the rubber tires, but then when the going gets rough, it runs on all 4 or all 8. Alright. This next one is a really cool one, a Panhard Sphinx EBRC. I don't know what EBRC is an acronym for, but I like this one. It's a really modern looking, it is a modern vehicle. The turret turns, there's like a central driving position, it looks like, and it's a really short but really wide looking vehicle. So I like it. Alright, this next one is called a Panhard VBL. So that's a really small one. I mean, it's smaller than that Range Rover. Just a small scout vehicle, I'm gonna guess. Alright. Another interesting Panhard is this thing called the vcrt 6x6. So it's got 4 missiles on the top of it, or 4 rockets of some sort, and it's got a wedge nose design to deflect bullets. Yeah, I think it's a modern vehicle. I just don't know what countries use it. Okay. This next one, getting towards the end here. This is a 6-wheeler. It's called a Paramount mbomb, or mbomb A. It's MBOMBE, so I'm not sure if that E at the end is pronounced or not. But it looks like an APC, a really long APC to carry armored troops and stuff. Alright. This next one here is called a Picasso BLR. Don't know what the acronym stands for. Oh boy, I forget where Picasso is from. I kind of feel like it's from Spain. But correct me if I'm wrong. I usually am wrong. Okay. Next one here is called a Pindad Komodo. Again, I don't know where Pindad is from, but we seem to have an armored personnel carrier. There's 4 windows in the back, so maybe it holds 8 people and then 2 people up front. Okay, one last one to go, and this one is from World War I. It's called the Pioneer Skeleton Tank. I think you can understand why it's named the way it is. So I believe this is the front end, and then the back is probably with the box, because that would get shot out. So I'm going to assume in that box is like a differential, and it's driven by the rear. But yeah, it's an interesting looking vehicle for sure. These do exist in real life. I saw reference photos. I just forget where they were. This is a US based tank, I think. Okay, let me rearrange and show you all of them at the same time. And there we have it for wave 4 of the military vehicles. There's still going to be one more wave that I'm aware of today. Well, it's not going to come up today, but I know I have to do at least another wave of video. So stay tuned for military wave 5. Thanks for watching though. Take care.